Hey everyone, so as I'm driving, I know, not good, but I just came across these quick little thoughts of some tips that I wanted to give you on how to kind of plan out some of your meals for your weekday or even your weekend. But especially during the week, I feel like we're just maybe a little bit more busy or we're in more routine, so it might help. But one of the main things that I do is I try to almost have like the same breakfast every single day. And it's pretty much tracked. I know what I'm intaking, but it just helps make me be a little bit more mindless in the morning, and that I can just kind of get up and get going, and I don't have to totally think about like my breakfast. But then that allows me to have like a little bit, I don't know, sometimes more fun on the weekends. Maybe I go out for brunch, or I just try to like actually make myself like, I don't know, scrambled eggs or a little omelet or something like that. But during the week, it's super helpful because then I can just get up. I know what I'm doing. It's easy and simple. So don't make it too complicated or anything like that. But so definitely I would say like have at least like maybe one meal of your week, your day, whatever, that you kind of keep very consistent, that like you don't get bored of, and maybe you can switch some things up. Like some days I will have this like sprouted whole grain toast. Otherwise, sometimes to switch it up, I'll have like oatmeal. So simple, but they're like literally comparable swaps. So something like that. Another thing that I like to do is I like to pick about like usually two to three meats. And yes, sorry, I'm a meat eater. For some of those that you might not be, but it really makes it helpful if, say, like you get a bunch of chicken and literally I just put it in the crock pot. I put some more just like versatile seasonings like garlic powder, pepper, some maybe chicken seasoning, and then I just put it in the crock pot, and then I have some shredded chicken for the week, which is really helpful. Otherwise, what I'll do too is like a ground turkey or ground beef. Try to get like a bigger amount of it, and then I'll use that in, let's say, like taco salads or Mexican bowls, spaghetti. I'll do kind of just eat it on the side, plain, whatever. I'll put stuff in wraps, even like the chicken too. I'll use it for in some wraps. You can add it to like eggs. You can add it to like sandwiches, whatever. It honestly, it just helps make your life so much easier. So I like to cook, like, kind of think of like having my meats in bulk. And then another thing I like to have in bulk is like a good complex carb source. So maybe I'll buy like a bunch of sweet potatoes, and I'll either bake them, or you could cook them in the oven, like chop them up or whatever, roasted. You could, I don't know, maybe put them in your eggs or put them in something like that. I like to have that on hand. I like to have either like brown rice, and I'll cook that in my rice cooker, which is super helpful because it makes a ton of rice, and you can add that to everything: salads, burrito bowls, burritos, I don't know, whatever you want. So it's just like a nice filler. And then quinoa, I like to have quinoa, sometimes some whole grain like protein noodles too, if I'm gonna make like a spaghetti or something. Then another thing is I definitely have frozen veggies and frozen fruit on hand, because that is like life-saving for me. A lot of times I'll do just like a high-protein Greek yogurt with berries, and then either like flax or chia seeds and maybe some oatmeal. That's like a super easy go-to meal for me. And then for like fats, I like to have just some fat sources on hand, whether they're just different like nuts and seeds or nut butters. Obviously you can have like oils. Sometimes I use a little bit of like actual real butter on my toast, so that's another easy way. And then yeah, I mean, you can have some meats that are a little bit like fattier, maybe like a more 90% lean, so you're getting a little bit of animal fats from there. Avocados, guacamole, those are also big staples, and even like hummus. So yeah, just have things very easy for you. Like if you do have some raw vegetables, if you don't want to cut them up, just get the cut version. I know it's going to be a little more pricey, but it helps. But if you want to like just cut them up yourself, then just do that almost like right away, within either when you get home or within like a day. Just try to get it done and put it in a big container, and then you're set. So those are a few of my quick tips, and that's like what I use for my week to help me stay on track. Oh yeah, and one last thing also is protein powder. I have that only for one like part of my meal or even a half of it, to help supplement, but just makes my life a little bit easier. You can utilize that whenever it's needed. Definitely, I mean, around your workout is the best. But yes, I do enjoy also having some protein powder in my life just because it's easy and simple. So those are a few of my tips, and I hope you guys enjoy.